Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever time of day it may be for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Laid Back Gamer, and we're back with, well, partially a card review session, and partially, I mean that's probably going to be the majority of this, but I do want to take a second to talk about the patch notes that have just been released. So if you're just here for the card episode, then, well, skip a little bit in time until I decide to go click over here. I'm not sure exactly when that will be at. I will post the time in the description of this video. I still got to figure out how to do timestamps. I had an attempt for just a tester copy that I had it on my own. I didn't release it to the public. I just released it to myself as a bit of a tester, and well, it didn't work out so well. So hopefully I'll get that nailed down. But in the meantime, let's go through the patch notes. Now that occasionally I guess we have all the cards here. It's definitely going to be much easier to see it once we come over to here. So here we are, and I am very, very, very happy, although they did miss one, to my knowledge. I believe I'm not 100% sure if the Immortal Gatekeeper has been fixed. When I logged on to Legends, I did notice that the Valentine's Day Grizzly Gourmet, the Grand and Melee Piercing Javelin, and the Grand Melee Lightning Bolt, they were all fixed. I didn't even notice that this one didn't have a premium art glitch with it. Then again, I don't think I played with the cards. I might have just completely never noticed, or they were never broken to begin with when I played with them. But I'm very happy, very thankful, and Java keeps bugging me. I keep clicking that, trying to tell it, yes, go ahead with the update, and it just keeps disappearing to the middle of nowhere. Anyways, so it looks like Legends has an update. So I currently have my tablet loading up Legends just to double check to see if Immortal Gatekeeper ever got the fix. It is downloading, updating the game assets, and it's got quite a bit to update. So that might mean that Legends is getting updated right now for tablets as we speak. Well, at least at my time, 8:26 on the 1st of November. And here we are. So that was the card art, animation, audio, and visual effects. Add a new animation when it attacks straight across the board. Not quite sure what that, like straight as in a monster in the left lane attacks another monster in the left lane, or a monster in the left lane attacks face, or even a monster in the left lane attacks into the right lane. I'm not sure what that means. It is nice that they are adding a new animation in. That's pretty cool. Fixed an issue where large power air slam animations were sometimes interrupted before hitting the player. Okay. Issue a crash. It fixed a crash causing creatures to sink into playmat during lane moves. I don't think I encountered that when I was playing and it was really glitching out on my tablet. It was just glitching. I thought might have saw that, but I'm not sure. New quests now have accompanying visual effects and sounds. Okay, that's nice. I like that. Male high elf avatars now play proper audio when emoting. The arena announcer no longer interrupts gameplay audio during a match and should now be localized in all languages. Hoping that they also fixed the fact that it sounded like there were multiple copies of him. We'll definitely check that out. Forgotten Hero Chapter 20 dialogue trigger when breaking the second last rune. Okay, cards discard or banish shall now properly present that are drawn / banish from the discard. I can't talk today. Basically, stuff interacting with taking cards out of the discard pile now properly show. Cards drawn into hand, discarded from hand, and prophecy cards, it should animate more smoothly. That's good because they took forever. Polish audio for prophecy, draws, and lightning bolts. Okay. Added audio for gaining life from health from drain. Oh, I have that one I do know of. It was just you attacked, no sound, and nothing happened there. and you just got the health. It is nice that they are adding the audio back for that. Something I missed, and I kind of noticed when I was replaying my video. Added audio for cards dissolve when a player's hand is full. I like that. Visual effects of Winter's Grasp and Frost Gale Dragon now play only in the lane that they affect. Doesn't Frostgale Dragon affect all lanes, though? I'm pretty sure he affects all lanes, so if the 4 damage is what's the issue there, then okay, but the 1 damage, I'm pretty sure that affects all lanes. Mass Soul Trap now has a visual effect. Thank you! Many special lanes now properly show a visual when triggering. Return to Clockwork City Episode 4, The Betrayal now has an appropriate memory haze effect and intro text. Ooh, I like it. I've never noticed that. I did notice it in the old one, but it's nice to see that they've added it back. I really do have to get a master run on all 3 of them going again. I might do that if I might actually do that as a December special. And fixed audio on numerous cards in multiple languages. I'm only English, so that's the only thing I really know, but good on them. Okay, gameplay has quite a bit here. I'm just going to quickly glance over it and see if there's anything that could be bad, considered bad. Mecha, yeah, this creature's transformed into the Shadow Lane, no longer gain cover again. I agree with that, yeah. I think I would agree with that change. It's not like a summon effect if the creature was already in that lane. I mean, if it does shuffle from one side to the other, absolutely, I think it should gain cover. But if it's transformed in the Shadow Lane, no, I don't think. I think a similar thing should happen when, like, similar to that top effect, when somebody plays Hidden Trail. The creatures in the left lane should not gain stealth at all either. I didn't know Galen could target your opponent's hand. It's good that Mechanar's Will can now attack it. The creature taken by it can attack on their normal turn. I don't really think that really. I mean, it is a telltale. Well, yeah, I would say that could be considered as, I guess, a cheating. Warcry no longer played in an opponent's lane. Yep, that's great. I'm assuming that means that when you target a lane, and with an effect card, it's like Firestorm, you can target either your opponent's side or your side, and you'll still get both effects. I'm assuming that with Warcry, it would just do your opponent's. If you accidentally did that, which that's pretty game breaking, and good thing they fixed that. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I forgot that Staff of Sparks would work that way with lethal creatures. Okay, so on my account, oh, it's given me the monthly card reward. I didn't get that earlier. That's very nice to see that. Does it have do they have new animations? I'm not sure. We'll find we'll find that out in a minute, because FrostSpark is now added to the game, which means we'll be going on Legends, and I'll be buying that. Disciple of Namira no longer draws cards when she dies simultaneously with other creatures in her lane. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think I had a couple matches where it did that, and it was infuriating. Thank you. Centaur Hammer now properly doubles its wielder's full health. I've never noticed that. Monks now properly work when the other lane is full. So that means it just doesn't transfer over? I guess that's probably what that means. Alright. Can no longer queue up a sacrifice for waiting for another creature's summoned animation to finish. This could cause cards to become stuck on the screen, a possible disconnect error. Yep, I'd say that's a pretty good one. Let's see. I've never noticed this one. I haven't seen Assembled Titan played in forever. Really? It didn't do that? I didn't know that was a bug with that one. Let's see here. These cards no longer target themselves with their abilities. Halal Sharpshooter, Additional Gale Archer, Ghost Skate Defender, Quicksilver Crossbow, Archer's Gambit. Then again, would you really want to target? I don't think that. Probably one of the not the what in the game would you require? I guess something with no, not even Slay would really do it. Because Slay it would be on another card targeting them. Ah well, I don't really think that this was too bad. General, I'm not gonna go over this. There's now an entry in the glossary for banish. Oh, that's good. Can make people disconnecting after Reeve, but before the pack opening tutorial no longer causes the player to become stuck. Players now receive the favor for a friend quest after the completion of a new gladiator. These are just some general stuff. Mobile devices will no longer auto-sleep during a match. I don't know what that means, but I guess that's a good thing for mobile life. Okay, I'm not going to quite go over everything, because I'd be sitting here for about an hour with my opinions on some of the stuff here, and some of the stuff a lot of this would be behind the scenes stuff. So rewards, players will now receive a free random Heroes of Skyrim deck after completing the 8th chapter of the Forgotten Hero. Well, hasn't that always been the case? I started up a new file and I ended up getting Alias Companions for free. Hasn't that always been the case though? Daily login rewards are now delivered immediately instead of requiring a client restart. Okay, that's good. Players should be shown the non-card mystery reward the day they're getting the login rewards from. I would say that's also a good thing, because whenever I see mystery card, I always think that it's like maybe a new skin, which I thought for sure we were gonna get over the Halloween. Maybe like, I don't know, a Halloween skin of what would be a good card. I'm not actually 100% sure. Yeah, I wouldn't really know what would work out for that. Players should be shown the. Oh, I just read that one. Players can now receive the latest packs from the arena, card packs from the arena. Was that an issue? Oh yeah, I think the last couple of videos, it's all been last couple of arena runs, it's all been core. Huh. Okay, okay. I'm okay with that. Personally, I have every card in that collection except for some of the legends, but the odds of me getting a legend, oh, I haven't scored a legend in a while. Maybe I'll finally get one. Let's keep moving on. Fixed an issue that caused players to receive the incorrect card for their racial reward at level 13. That doesn't really affect me, more of the newer guys. UI transitions between screens in the main menu are now smoother. Flash effects no longer appear continuously while searching for an opponent. The last deck played will now always be displayed first when returning to the deck select after a match. Improvements to play history and profile. I'll get to check that out. Mobile, adjust the scale and position of numerous UI elements. Mobile UI polish is still ongoing. That's good, because it definitely does need some fix-ups. Clean up the incorrect font used in multiple areas of the main menu, not arenas. Fix the problem that allowed players to use right click or middle click for all menu interactions. Loading spinner has been changed to a rune ring. Okay, I could see that. That's not bad. That's at least a little more fitting. Mobile added feature items to the main menu on the mobile UI. Is that the case? When gaining a level, the experience bar no longer drains and refills. I suppose that's good. Let's see. I'm trying to find the featured item to the main menu on the mobile UI. Oh, it's just the title for the arena, for arena tickets and any special offerings that are going on at the moment. That's what they mean by that. So nothing too special, just a couple of some improvements of life, other just sprucing up. Mobile card bank selection has been moved to attribute drop-down menu. Soul Gem counter here is now visible at all times when viewing your collection. I just saw that. Searching for a werewolf in the collection now shows Skyforge and all other beast form cards. Don't think I've ever had a problem with that. Fixed an issue where some alternate art cards appear out of order in the player's collection. In the collection menu, the rarity or set filter buttons can now be clicked again to turn off that filter. Oh, that's a nice improvement of life. Mobile fixed an issue causing in cost, rarity, and set in the collection to appear out of order on Android versions of the game. I haven't encountered that problem. Players can no longer select the Soul Trap extra option if they have no extra cards to Soul Trap. Oh, good. The buy packs UI has been moved to the bottom right of the pack opening screen. I'm okay with that. That's a at least it's not prominent or in the middle of the screen, and you don't accidentally. I don't know. There's really no chance of you being able to click it. I guess it's probably just going to be there permanently. So, some stuff about friends. I'm not going to touch upon that. If you want, you can pause and read that. I mainly want to do these last few options. So we'll start with Arena. Back button has been removed when in queue for a versus arena match. Really? You could do that? That's interesting. Selecting opponents in solo arena is now more consistent with less twitching. I don't think I may not have noticed that, but I may have had that before. Oh, no, it was whenever I clicked on something and attempted to hit play match, it always paused and I had to wait for a bit of time. That was what happened in the last one. Players can no longer resign from an arena match multiple times. You could do that. Resigning a versus arena with no wins now properly shows 0 victories. Okay, so just a little bit of quality of life changes there. Whether or not they actually fix the double arena voice, we'll find that out. And I did not actually look up the Morkel Gatekeeper either. No, that's not the section. Story, fix multiple instances of incorrect model art and or text in the story. Again, just some slight quality of life stuff. I'm sure it would be very confusing. Wow, that loading screen is fancy. Let's see here. If I go to 3, just scroll over. Yeah, Morkel Gatekeeper, alternate art, still is not fixed. So they still have a little bit of ways to go. Oh, I'll read the last one out. Purchased items are now sorted to the end of the list of available items to the store. I'm not really affected by that because I have everything purchased. I spent a bit of money on this game. Anything that I could buy in gold, however, I did buy in gold with the exception of pre-orders because I wanted the pre-order bonuses. Clockwork City comes to mind. Is the only one I've actually Return to Clockwork City is the only one that I've done that for, and then Dark Brotherhood I bought piece by piece with gold. So overall, a lot of these quality of life, some card fixes so that they don't accidentally not function properly or overfunction and do something that they really shouldn't have done. I'll give this to them, even though that many people do hate the way the new client works, which I happen to be one of them. There's OBS. Gonna quickly just start up, not Monster Hunter, but Elder Scrolls Legends. Even though that not many people are very satisfied with the way Legends now looks, I am willing to concede that at the very least, they are trying. They're trying. I'll give them that. They're really trying to make an improvement, and for that, I'll give them yeah, I'll say congratulations, whatever, or not whatever, but just good on you. Oh, wait, what? Oh, that's the whoa, whoa. Sorry, what? Please tell me that this isn't the only way to get those, because, please tell me that's not the only way to get that. I don't really feel like dropping $27 for all that premium. Not yet. Not, well. Not quite. Alright, so. There's our new loading screen symbol. Looks very, very nice. Here's the new card, just got it a couple seconds ago. Ultimate Dragon Knight. And if we go ahead and turn up the premium, it looks very, very nice. I like that. That's very pretty looking. Let's go ahead and sort to promotional, and we can go ahead and start looking through each of the individual cards. So we've already covered Green Impact Ambusher. Premium art. Oh, okay, good. You can soul trap for the premium art. That's good. Okay. So I guess the money there is just if you really don't want to do that. I'm probably not going to buy it. You never know well, very, very far down the line when I actually start to try and get premium art for promotional cards. And of course, once I already have the entire collection at non-premium, that's when I'll maybe consider getting it, providing it's still there. What we haven't covered, however, is Sword of the Inferno, which has a very nice image there. 2 mana item, +2/+0, summon. The wielder deals 2 damage to itself and another creature. As long as that other creature I can target as my opponent's, I'm okay with taking the 2 damage. The 2 damage is a bit of a negative drawback, but there are some cards that can make use of this effect. Last Gasp, for instance. Say you want to weaken a creature so that you can get the Last Gasp effect, such as Indril Archmage, or that's the only one that currently comes to mind. Necrom Mastermind. No, that's a summon effect. Not Necrom Mastermind. I take that back. Take that back. Take that back! Shadowmere would be another good choice. Once you got it powered up a little bit, bring it down to a 6/2 and then trade into a creature, and now you've put in now you got a 7/7 in your deck. There's a bunch of other Last Gasp out there that you can use this to lower its health, trade, and then get the Last Gasp effect, as well as deal 2 damage to your opponent's creature. You can use it to set up your opponent's creature's downfall. So say you have, hypothetical scenario, you have Dread Clanfear, and you're going up against a Odahviing. Odahviing has 10 health, Dread Clanfear has 6 attack, 3 health. It can survive a hit from Sword of the Inferno, and it deals 2 damage to a creature of your choosing. You do it to Odahviing. You've now put your Dreaded Clanfear's attack at 8 and Odahviing's health at 8, and you can trade into that. Another card that I could see getting some pretty decent use with Sword of the Inferno is Mechanar's Will. Believe it or not, you can use it to take over a 3 attack creature, power it up with Sword of the Inferno, deal some health damage to it, and then trade into another one of your opponent's creatures, killing both of them, and now you have the copy in your grave, and you can do whatever it is you would like with it. Because it's no longer on the field, Mechanar's Will's effect will not send it back onto your opponent's field or back into his discard pile, and you can use card effects like Soul Tear, Bone Bone Dragon. No, I don't actually know the full name of that. Journey Sovngarde, etc., to bring it back out. So a House Veteran deck could use this, or a deck that just happens to somehow manage to get a copy of any of the aforementioned cards. We've already covered the Piercing Twilight, which has that's a decent not alternate art, premium art. I'm very excited to test her out, and we'll be testing her out on Saturday. Destruction Tutor, your actions that deal damage. Okay, so it is cost 2 less. That's fine. I think that should still work with what I have in mind. We've already reviewed those. Let's see. I'm just gonna quickly get rid of all the new tags across the board. Then we have a Harmony, which was honestly the first card that come out of, Sword of the Inferno, I don't think is that good. It does have potential, but overall it's not that great of a card. It's still a decent card. This is a card that definitely makes the set a lot worse, at least in my opinion. Against an aggro deck, this is really good, but how often are you going to come against an aggro deck? And if you don't go against an aggro deck, or a deck that has a lot of small creatures on the board, this card isn't really going to do anything. And okay, hold on, I missed that text until the start of your turn. So yes, you can. It's not a prophecy. You draw this with a prophecy, and okay, you're good. It's a you can play it on your turn, and then your opponent has a chance to go. I thought this was, if this had to be played through a prophecy, I'd say, yep, dead card. I don't even know why they would bother to put it in. Still, I don't think it's going to be that great. At -2 to all enemy creatures, you would have to successfully hit more than one creature to be currently better than Cobb and Cloudrest Illusionist. Or you're playing this as a defensive action. I'm going to try it out, give it a fair trial shot, but I don't think it's going to be that good, to be quite honest. We've already covered Apex Wolf. I still think this is going to be a very powerful card, especially if you hit something that can deal damage, or that can deal direct damage or board damage. Frostscale Dragon is another. It's a decent pick for this, but obviously you want Odaving if you can handle it. Snow in the background, bit of his fur waving in the winds a little bit. That's not bad. This one, not a really big fan of that art, to be quite honest. Shadow Mark we already reviewed. It's nice and simple, to the point. And, well, I do like the fact that the art's just on this, and it's sort of illuminating as the thief's putting his hand there. Nothing too much else to speak about this. Torval Extortionist. 5 mana, Khajiit 7/5, slay, gain magicka equal to the this turn equal to the slain creature's cost. I like this card. Wait, why does it say that it's a 4? Oh, it's because it's a rare. I thought this was an epic. My bad. Oh, that's an epic. Huh. The effect's quite simple. You kill small creature, you get small magicka added. You kill big creature, you get big creature magicka added. And this guy definitely has the attack to be able to take on some of the bigger game creatures. You could use this to set up for, say, a very late game Odaving, Iron Atronach, or depending on what you kill, if, say, you can make it to turn 10, you play a copy of this card. Again, and they happen to have a 10 cost on the field, or say they drop Dathi Infure and miss this, and you have silence. You can hit this card with that, and now you have 22 magicka, And I think we could possibly be seeing decks that are just running Odoving and a couple dragons with them to decrease the cost a little bit, and that way when you use Torval Extortionist, you kill a monster, you deal damage with whatever remaining creatures you have, you play Odoving, or not Odoving, Alduin, board wipe, and then you start drawing dragons back again for your grave. So I think this, that's one of the niche scenarios that I'm thinking of, but you could easily get this card or to set up some combo plays that requires quite a bit to go for. I like this card. It might not be played as often as I would like, but it definitely is a good card. Unlike this one, but this one does definitely have its purposes. Carspire Scouts, 1 mana orc, 1/1, last gasp, draw a card, and increase its cost by 1. Why would you want to increase the cost of your cards? It makes absolutely no sense, and you really don't want to do that, because you could accidentally draw, in a deck that doesn't ramp, you could accidentally draw your 12 mana late game cards. Then again, why wouldn't, if you were running 12 mana, hypothetical scenario, you wanted a couple of very big late game cards, you accidentally draw with Carspire Scouts and now suddenly, unless you have the ring, you can't play it anymore. Why would I want to do that? Well, it does give you a card for a bit of a price. This, I mainly think you want to have it as, say, as a barter target. So you would barter this card away, you give it to your opponent, they now have a 1-mana and a 1/1, which is it has a pretty bad effect, a negative effect that you can extort from your opponent. Or say the new shadow marking card, you give this card to your opponent and you get to keep the other 2 cards. That's how that works, correct? Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose one to put in your own. Yeah, okay, so you do get to draw the other 2 cards. So you could use shadow marking and throw this card into your opponent's hand. Yes, they will now draw a card, but at a bit of a cost. It will cost them an extra magicka to play it, and that could really disrupt some. You could use this to easily have some disruptive play. And you always know what card is in your opponent's hand. Similarly to shadow markings, you can use it to fill up your opponent's hand and make him accidentally burn a card. When they play this to try to get some cards out of their hand, this one will draw another card for them. So you could eat with a couple of rune breakings and this card and a Carspire Scout, you could get them to overdraw again. There are some instances where you do want to increase the cost of your card, such as there we go. Dragon Cult Ghost. Spend all of your available magicka to play Dragon Cult Ghost. Its power and attack are equal to the magicka spent. So you could, well, this is a card that you would ideally want to hit with this, because you're already paying all of your magicka to increase its stats, and the effect is whenever you'll spend all the magicka to play this card, and you'll get equal to that in power and stats. So what I think it works that way, and you'll end up getting everything that, and you'll end up getting the extra +1/+1 that you had to spend on this ghost. And that's a positive card for you. This is a positive card for you to hit. Anything else? There are some cards you could afford to play later. Let's see. Say you accidentally hit High Hrothgar and you don't happen to have anything. I'm giving a very poor example, but yeah, understand the point there. Or maybe even a dead card that... Actually, another one that's now coming to mind is Duke Vandam Dren. Say you want to draw a specific card and you know that you don't have anything in your hand. And well, you'll actually never have this scenario because it's a scout card, or an endurance card. But hypothetical scenario, you're playing Halahu, and your opponent throws this card in your hand. You play this, you play the scout, Scout draws you a card. It costs 1 more. And you're going, okay. I now need one of the. Say it's you go to turn 8. You have Duke Van Dren out, and the card is that you have now costs 3. You can get a 5-mana card out with the effect. Look, I'm trying to justify actually playing this in a positive light with it that goes for you. I really don't think it's that great of a card, aside from the Orc tag makes it better, because it does synergize with Orcs, but I don't think it's that great of a card. I'm trying to over-justify it a little bit too much. This Death Hound, 5-mana beast, 6/6 guard, and another card that I'm going to be adding to a vampire deck. I was wondering when we were going to get a Death Hound added into this game, and I'm very happy that we did. Death Hound's power is equal to its health. There's a card in Hearthstone that is it's called Lightspawn. It's 4-mana 5/5 with the 0/5 with the same text. The only thing that makes that card different from this is that card starts out as a 0/5, and this card automatically has the 6/6 with it, which means, unlike Lightspawn, biggest weakness is if you silence it. Of course, Priest does have some cards that would reprimand and get around that and help it to get it back into fighting should it ever happen to that. But Death Hound, on the other hand, if you can silence this card off, I mean, you're losing the guard status, but that might not matter if you can make sure that its health does not decrease. I see it as a double-edged sword. You could play health-only armor cards onto Death Hound and get it, or health-only item cards onto Death Hound and just increase its attack via that, which works really, really well. I'm not sure. I mean, by text, it should work, as in if I try to increase its attack with, say, a Staff of Sparks, which has a +3/+0, or even, heck, the Inferno sword. If I try to increase its stats, it won't work, and in the case of Inferno sword, it will actually lower its attack to 4. I don't think it would gain anything, because I'm pretty sure the effect of this card would cancel out the item's effect. I mean, it would still say on the card that, yes, it's gained the attack, but the effect is a constant aura and can't anyways. You want to this would work in a heavy guard deck where you're constantly boosting creatures. Rarely do I ever see this used, but this is a card that you want to have cards that will heal other creatures. The one I can think of right now is Black Rose Herbalist, but I know there's a couple of them out there. Healing Hands is one of them. So let's see here. Oops, my bad. Yeah. There we go. So Healing Hands, Amalexia's Disciple, Black Rose Herbalist, Pleaded Kinnereth. Those cards those are the types of cards that you want to run if you plan on making Death Hound to be very successful. It's a card that will benefit off of those types of cards, and it's nice that we're getting that. I wish we had a couple more of these in the game, where, say, we had a 2-mana 4/4 that has the same text, maybe not the guard tag with it. It's similar to the Mournhold Traitor, where it's got some high stealths for a low cost, but it does have a drawback. And on that card, this would be a drawback. This would be a bit of a drawback. Again, like I said, it can work both ways. If you silence it, it will forever keep the 6 attack, even if you decrease its health to anywhere from 5 to 1. So, all around, I say this is a pretty decent card. Sadly, it does lose the Death Hound's ability, and while I don't think Death Hound's ever had an ability to heal up whenever they attack, which I guess in that case would make this card would make sense, and I'm talking complete crap, but yeah, I like this card. I like it. And then lastly, to end it off, I called it, and here it is. Wild's Incarnate, a 7-mana neutral beast. 5/6 guard, draw a card if you have 4 runes, draw an additional card if you have 5. I am honestly not 100% sure how this to me quite literally is it's a wild card to me. You're telling me that I have to not only remain above 20 health until turn 7 to be able to get this card in play, but it'll only draw me a card if I have that, 2 if I happen to be over 5, and some decks can easily get this. My action deck can sometimes have this. I'd like to use my health as a resource, not as something I have to protect with all cost. I'm thinking an interesting guard deck might be in call for this. This to me, I'll have to test it out. It might be a completely hit and miss. The stats, they're sort of worth it for what you could get, but there are better guard creatures out there at that mana cost. I mean, Nagleave alone puts this to shame. Dark Harvester, not really, since, well, the summon effect gain 4 health, that's really what you want it to be used for. Nagleave is one such instance. Okay, I actually take that back. I guess the stats for it are pretty fair. I'm still thinking Hearthstone, my bad. Okay, I could see this. I could see it working out. We'll have to do some testing. Oh. Here's actually a better comparison. Let's go down to 6. Let's see if we can't find anything with guard. Conjuration Scholar for 1 mana less. You get 2 bodies and 6/7 total in stats. That card was never broken to begin with. Golden Saint, if you have a little bit more health, split you get a copy of that creature. Which I'm pretty sure it's an exact copy of Golden Saint. It doesn't copy any items that happen to be equipped to it. Sungeon Tiger has 1 less attack, but 1 more health. That just summons targets that have guard. Mountain Tyrant for 1 less mana, and the minus of an effect, you get an extra attack. Scented Sleeper has a really powerful effect. That's really it, I guess. So I guess the stats are fair for that creature, but the effect I don't think is going to make it that worthwhile, which is unfortunate because it does look like it could potentially be an interesting card to play with. All of these definitely have some potential. I will give them that. They aren't kidding when they say all of them have some potential, but how much, we'll have yet to see. Let's see if this animation really works. Ooh, that's a nice new drop for that. I sadly don't have enough to do... Oh, I already have one. Okay, well, I already have Thorana. When did I get... I think I crafted her. I don't remember if I crafted her actually... Anyways, let's go over to the let's go here. I still need to make sure that I have every card. I gotta make sure I ensure that I have every card here. Why am I only at 5? Okay, so just take that off. So I'm gonna extend Extendar's Hammer. I'm gonna craft one more card. It's gonna be a legend from this set, maybe, just maybe, and that's how we'll end the video off with. We just need the Necro. Oh, I need 2 cards for you. Never mind. I believe I have all my neutrals at the moment. Oh, I don't have Jib. We'll get Jib later. I'm gonna go ahead and actually craft Kuldal's Treachery, just so that I have a copy of it. No, I'm not going to. I changed my... Yes, I'm going to. Go for it. There we are. We're one legendary closer to having all of the legendaries in this set. So that's going to be it for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. I hope the review is of the remaining cards were decent. I definitely think all of them have some potential, some more than others, to be extraordinary and maybe deck defining. I'm going to be testing out, seeing if I can get a decent action deck to work out well with the new cards that we got, and the Rana included. But if you enjoyed, leave a like. If you really enjoyed, hit that subscribe button. Share this video to a friend or whomever you may think may enjoy. It could be a random person. It could be your parents. It could be that stranger that has looked at you funny by accident and you've never really bothered to talk to them again. You could say, hey, you, go check out this other guy's video. And stop, and please don't look at me funny again. Leave a comment in the comment section if you have any opinions you would like to put to words. And I was going to say something else. Oh, turn on notifications so whenever you'll know whenever I upload a new video. Next episode, we're going to be doing... I'm starting at the bottom again, which means, well, I got new decks. I got a new deck incoming. Let's hope that this works out well, and we'll see how far we can push on the ladder. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take it easy.